In today's episode, I'm going to share with you one of the best digital marketing strategies available today. A secret strategy that very few even know about and even less are using. And the beauty of this strategy is it isn't going away anytime soon, so you can learn it today and you'll have it in your toolkit for the rest of your business life. So let's dive right into it. Hey there, my name is Adam Erhart, marketing agency owner, online advertising consultant, and modern marketing strategist, and welcome to the Modern Marketing Show, where we help you grow your business by making way better marketing. So if you're interested in learning the latest and greatest marketing strategies, tools, tips, tricks, and tactics, well, you may want to consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Alright, so let's talk digital marketing strategy. Specifically, one of the best digital marketing strategies available today, like I mentioned, very few even know about and even less are using. A strategy that's going to allow you to increase customer touch points, become omnipresent, and essentially be seen everywhere, and at the end of the day, put more profit in your pocket. Sounds like a song hook. Profit in your pocket, profit in your pocket, profit in your pocket, profit in your pocket. And like I mentioned at the beginning, this strategy isn't going away anytime soon, which means it's going to be just as relevant in the next 3 years, 5 years, maybe even 10 years. So by learning it here today, you're going to be able to apply it across all areas of your business and your marketing for a long time to come. I can almost hear you asking, what is this magical marketing mystery you speak of, Adam? And the answer to that, my friend, is O to O to O, or online to offline to online, or the reverse of that, offline to online to offline. Now, if you've heard of this strategy before, make sure to leave me a yes in the comments below. And if this is totally new to you, then leave me a no in the comments below. But knowing what this strategy is and how to actually go out there and deploy it in your business are two completely different things. So let me give you some context behind the strategy and then a sample of what this might look like and how you can apply it today. Now, the first thing you want to understand and why this is such a valuable strategy is that it's going to enable you to easily increase customer touchpoints. Now, the statistics vary depending on what market or business or industry or even what price of the product or service you're selling is, but on average, customers are going to need between 6 and 12 different touch points or interactions with a business before they actually go out there and make a purchase. Also, we as humans and as consumers have been trained to associate frequency with trust, meaning that the more times you can show up in front of your ideal customers with your brand and your message and your product and your service, well, the more likely they are to trust you. And when they trust you, the more likely they are to buy from you. There's another factor at play here as well, which has to do with our brain's limited ability to only hold kind of one name or one brand in mind for a certain product category. For example, if we think of, say, breakfast cereals, most people may probably naturally say something like Kellogg's. If we think of fast food places, McDonald's is probably going to gravitate to the forefront of your mind. If we think of soft drinks, probably Coca-Cola, laundry detergent, maybe Tide. You get the picture. Now, of course, you're going to be able to think of other brands and other products just like these and maybe even list them out. But the reality is there's probably one name or one brand that pops to the forefront of your mind very quickly and first, if not the only one. And the reality is that you want your brand and your product and your business to hold that incredibly valuable real estate in the minds of your consumers. And one of the best ways to have your brand or your business become synonymous with the market or industry you're in is to increase touch points so that you become the most relevant and the most thought of and the most present brand available. The next reason that an O to O to O strategy is so incredibly valuable has to do with multi-channel marketing. And essentially what we want to be doing here is communicating with our customers, with our potential prospects, and with anyone who's likely to do business with us. Well, we want to be communicating with them on their chosen channels, the areas that they want to communicate with. Now, online is kind of a no-brainer, and in fact, with just a little bit of demographic research, you'll quickly be able to determine which social media platforms and which online sites are going to be the most relevant and the most valuable for your business to be on in order to communicate with your market. But what many brands are missing, especially those that communicate with millennials and younger generations, is that direct mail and sort of hard copy print is still an incredibly viable strategy to reach a younger demographic. In fact, studies have shown that millennials still really enjoy receiving direct mail in the actual physical mailbox, so could be a useful strategy, especially when deployed in an OTO strategy sequence. The other reason you always want to be thinking of a multi-channel marketing strategy is that essentially it limits or at least mitigates some of the risk involved with being only on a singular platform. For example, Facebook could shut down your ad account, or YouTube could throttle the delivery of your videos, or your emails may not be able to be delivered to your market. All of these could cripple a business that only was using one single channel. So mitigating risk by diversifying your platforms is one thing, but there's another one entirely that very few people talk about, and that's that some channels are actually more valuable than other channels when it comes to a revenue per customer or revenue per subscriber. You see, the higher the barrier to entry into a channel, well, the more valuable valuable that customer or lead or prospect becomes. For example, it's really easy to kind of click on an ad and enter your email address to download a free lead magnet, but it's a lot more challenging to write out your physical address and receive something in the mail, which shows a higher level of commitment and tends to indicate a higher value customer or potential prospect. There is no one size fits all, and one is definitely not better than the others, which is why you want to use them all in conjunction, and this is where that O to O to O strategy really shines. Now, the next reason that an O to O to O strategy is so valuable and so important is that customers have already been trained to kind of expect it, and they're already doing it with some of the larger businesses. Now, when it comes to online marketing and digital marketing, there's a lot of areas that the big businesses and the mega corporations are really missing the boat and really leaving a lot of money on the table. But there are some areas where they've got it right from years and years of proper experience and using it and deploying it, and essentially an O to O to O strategy is one area where they actually kind of shine. Now, for most of these, they start as brick and mortar or offline stores. Essentially, you walk into a big retailer and you make a purchase. Well, one of the first things they're going to do, if they're properly implementing an O to O to O strategy, is they're going to try to collect some of your contact details to get you online. Most notably, these come in the forms of asking if you'd like an emailed copy of your receipt. Ingenious, and essentially it's a way for them to start that online communication channel. Once they've got you online, well, they may email you things like surveys or coupons or discounts or promotions or things of that nature, all of which, or normally, are intended to drive you back to the store and to that offline channel. So essentially what they've done is they've taken you from offline to online and back to offline again. And the cycle is going to continue as long as they've got relevant offers to you. And if you're an online business, well, this strategy applies just as well to you, only we do it in the reverse order. We take someone from online, we ship them something offline, and then we return them back online. And again, the cycle continues. All right, so now that we've got the basics covered, let's go through a simple 5-step O to O to O to O to O so that you can see how this might apply to you and your business, so you can start to experiment with it and start to realize some of the rewards that this strategy presents. For starters, just because it is by far the lowest barrier to entry, let's start with an online offer. So something we could do here is offer some kind of free cheat sheet or blueprint or downloadable PDF or lead magnet. Essentially, we want something with a low barrier to entry so we can collect that online name and really begin the customer journey that way. Next, we want to take this relationship offline. So what we want to do here is perhaps mail them a newsletter or a free plus shipping book, or if you've got a physical product, we can mail them a trial or a sample size or something of that nature. Basically, what we want to do here is collect their mailing address so we can get them something physical in the mail. Alright, so now that we've taken the relationship offline, it's time to bring it back online, and there's a number of ways we can do this. Some free ways include providing additional training or additional information on the product or the service that we've just shipped them through the mail, or we could also perhaps move them back online in order to make a purchase. This could be paid information in the forms of a course or some training or consulting, or it could actually be another product that we're going to ship them again in the mail, but we're going to take the delivery online. Alright, so now that's all done, and it's time to take things back offline, and essentially all of the strategies that we talked about, well, they apply just as well at this stage as they're going to continue on and on and on, depending how long you want to take this. So for example, we could ship them another physical product, maybe something more valuable or something that actually requires another purchase. And then what we could do is we could take content or information and package it up physically and get that to them as well. And in carrying on with our theme, now that they're offline, well, it's time to bring them back online. And again, all of the examples apply here. Perhaps some additional content, some additional training, additional videos, whatever the case may be. And on and on and on the sequence goes, essentially increasing touch points, increasing the omnipresent multi-channel effect, and building trust and communication across a variety of channels. Strengthens your business and mitigates risk. Alright, so the next step is to check out the 2 videos I have linked here. The first is 17 guerrilla marketing tactics for entrepreneurs, which is going to give you even more creative ideas to effectively market your business. And the second is 20 of my most proven and effective digital marketing strategies for small business. Choose whichever one you find the most interesting and relevant to you, and I'll see you in the next video.